Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American politics, and I want to talk about the Tim Walz, J.D. Vance, um, vice presidential 2024 October debate. I apologize to you. I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. I couldn't. I just couldn't bring myself to it. So let's talk about this. So one, I'm sorry. You come here for coverage, and normally you get it. I've been trying to do a political video every day, and I've been pretty good on that. I've been hitting that target pretty well. And I knew last night, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to get in the saddle, get my notebook, sit down and watch this thing. And then, and actually I was gonna say, like, and percolate my ideas for videos. I can't even do 1/4 of the ideas I have. So I don't have to work to get ideas. I do have to work to get access to to watch the content, and then to take notes. And then once I've done that, the percolation of ideas for videos it's not work, it's explosive. I can't even control the amount of ideas I have, right? So and you guys don't even ever see 1/4 of the ideas for videos I have, right? Because I just don't have time to cut them, right? Which is astonishing, because I put out way more content than most people, right? So so the idea that I'm not even coming close to half the idea, to 1/4, I'm not even getting over the margin of 1/4 of my ideas, is pretty astounding. So let me explain to you why I couldn't do it. So first, I'm really fascinated by this concept of remove. And the way to explain a remove is not really accessible to you. You would not really understand it if I explain. The best example of a remove would not really be, I can't use it, because I'm trying to explain to people what I mean by this remove. So I think the best example of it is the eclipse glasses, right? So basically, politics is hard to look at. It's soul sucking to watch, some of the things that are happening, and because it tells me truths, in my humble opinion, about humanity, about Americans, about myself, about politicians, that are just bone achingly sad, right? And so it's like the sun, right? Like, looking at politics is like the sun. You cannot just look at the sun, right? You can't. If you do, one, there's two reactions to looking at the sun. If you're a normal human, you go, oh man, that's painful, and then you immediately look away. So you just have a glance at the sun, and you're like, oh man, oh, there's a bright light in my eye, and that was really painful, and now I'm not going to look at the sun. Or, and this definitely happens, people just look at the sun and stare, and they go blind. And I do believe there are a lot of political commentators who are literally sun blind. They have just looked right at the sun for so long with no remove, and they went blind. Like it explains some of the commentary. Like, I think there's a lot of sun blind people on MSNBC. I think like every MSNBC anchor is like sun blind, right? Like, just from politics, right? Then there's what I do, which is this remove. Okay, so let's talk about that remove. I have the eclipse sunglasses, right? I have this, and so one of the things I realized is I never watch video news. I almost never watch news on video. I listen to smart people, and I'm talking wicked smart, talk about politics on podcasts, right? And it's a remove. It helps me see it clearly. I can sit down on a lawn chair, I can get a cool grape soda, and I could put on my eclipse sunglasses, and I could look at the sun all day, right? And most people don't do this, right? So the remove is extremely important. And I realized, the reason I couldn't watch the Tim Walz and J.D. Vance debate was I couldn't bear something without the remove, because I would have to watch that. I'd have to look at the sun directly, because it's their words, it's them, and it disgusts me. I have become disgusted by listening to any actual powerful American politician. It is disgusting, because they lie constantly, and I believe now what Joe Rogan believed. right? The reason they're lying and gaslighting is people are lining up to gaslight themselves, right? People don't even have any concept, any ability to tell truth from a lie anymore. And so, I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it, right? And so the person I care about the most in the world came home and said, "Hey, let's watch something tonight." And she had no idea that it was even that the debate was even on, right? And I was like, "Yeah, let's do that." And I think that was part of it too, because I think I might have been able to get there, right? But I was just like, and then we ended up watching Aloha, the 2015 film with Bradley Cooper and Emma Stone, both who have Oscars now. And it was the best night, right? And so I want to apologize that I could not watch this without the remove. And I will now, I'll probably rewatch it. I'll probably listen to podcasts, and I might even watch the whole thing, right? But listen to it and not watch it, so I don't have to look at their faces. I have to have the remove. I cannot look at the sun directly anymore. And I want you to be aware of this. What is the sun in your life? What do you need and also I want you to start thinking about this remove is powerful. This idea of a remove, like that you can't look at these things directly anymore. And I know people who are. I know people who are watching Fox 24/7, just eyeballs to screen, right? And it's dangerous. It will melt the orbs out of your sockets. You cannot do this. Or MSNBC is the same thing, and just so my apologies for not giving you guys real coverage of the JD Vance, Tim Walz debate. And I also, Josh Johnson, the best comedian in America right now, go check out his stuff. He said it. Said it like yesterday. We're all exhausted, right? And I'm spinning myself up getting ready to vote for Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. I want this nation fixed. But I have a huge amount of shame and sorrow and regret that I need to take that action. And it's taking a lot for me to get ready to do this abominable thing, right? And that abominable thing being the best choice. It's astonishing. So if you're where I'm at right now, just kind of worn around the edges, I'm praying for you, and I love you, and I'm hoping I'm hoping that you get an aloha moment. I really enjoyed watching Aloha, with the person I love the most on this earth, and instead of watching the JD Vance Tim Walz, but I realized I'm here to give you guys commentary. I'm not going to do this that often. I just could not stare at the sun last night. I just couldn't do it. And I apologize. Genuinely, I'm sorry that I didn't do my homework. And no excuse. I'm sorry. I owed you guys more. And I just wanted to explain why I'm here. And I hope you guys are getting a chance to not be worn around the edges every second of life, and that you're getting some respite. And I am getting, Aloha was a respite. It was a nice, with someone who loves me, who I love, and I'm so blessed to have that ability to have a respite, and I hope you do too. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion on the JD Vance and Tim Walz debate. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.